This is Tammy. I am here today to work with you for some balance and flow. This is just a nice, easy blend. It's a good starting point if you are looking to improve your balance, a little bit of posture and core strength. So it's a combination of some Gi Qong moves, which is a piece of Tai Chi, obviously, standing Pilates, and just some gentle range of motion exercises. So we're going to work with the breath and trying to coordinate all that together to improve our balance. So we're going to start off just very gently from here. We're going to bring the hands into prayer and let's just take some breaths. So nice big inhale through the nose, filling the throat, the chest, and the belly. And then we exhale out, clear all of that back out. And again, trying to think nice, long length through our spine, standing tall, grounding those feet onto the floor. We're going to take just a couple more breaths, like just exactly like that. And as we do, we just want to notice if we have any tight spots, any difficulty with that. You can close your eyes, especially if you do want to just kind of test and see where you are exactly with your balance. And then we're going to exhale down. This time, as we begin that inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead as high as we can. If you don't go overhead, that's okay. Just let them come down to the side. Take those up as high as you're comfortable with. Let them come back out to the side and just float down on top of the breath. They're going to bring the arms back up from here. And we're going to bring them about parallel with the floor. We're going to round those arms to the front, just like we're hugging a tree. We're going to let the hands sink, and we're going to sink into those legs just a little bit. So we may step the feet just a little bit farther apart. And then we're going to begin that inhale up again. Nice, tall balance from here. Reach, pulling up out of that waist. And we exhale as we let those arms float to the sides. Beautiful. We're again going to take that breath in, and as we inhale, we'll lift these arms up, parallel to the floor, come back around to the front, and we're going to hug that tree. And then we're going to sink into the legs just a little bit here, again, called sinking the chi. Let's go one more time like that. Big breath up, all the way up overhead. Exhale and let those arms float to our sides. Take that complete exhale to let those come back and down. Maybe even more, right? Inhale back to center here, lifting those arms parallel to the floor, bringing that back around to the center from here. And we're just going to sink in and go, ah. Beautiful. Now from there, we're just going to roll those shoulders back. Nice big shoulder rolls. Exaggerate that a little bit. Again, we are focusing on standing up nice and tall. We're going to let those shoulders come all the way back. Now let's go one more time just like that. And then we're going to reverse the direction. So we're going to bring those arms forward. We're really going to round out those upper back here. Coming around to the circles, just exaggerate those, make them big, right? And let's go one more time from there. And then we're going to do a combination. So one is going to come forward and one is going to go back. A little bit of a rotation through the waist. Again, this is something that should feel good, right? We're going to start from the top down, in case you can't tell. We're going to reverse directions from here, coming back through the shoulders. Warming the waist up just a tad. And then we're going to take both shoulders and roll them back and relax out from here. Now we're going to start first with just a gentle rotation from here. We're going to let that waist turn, and as we do, we let that foot come back up. So we can step that out just a little bit farther. If that makes you dizzy, just keep your glance to the front. So you keep your eyes to the front. If it doesn't bother you, you can also take your eyes, you can spot. In other words, get your eyes there first and then turn in that direction as you go. Sometimes that whole kind of turning as we go makes that worse, right? And then we're going to come back into the center from here, and we're going to let the hands come down. We're going to take one foot back. We're going to bring ourselves into, so we've just got kind of a tandem stance here. So one foot is in the front, one is in the back, but we're nice and firm and solid in our stance as we come into here. So we're going to take the hand through here. We'll take a nice breathless inhale and draw that up and around. And from here, just thinking about like a big cylinder. So we're taking the fingertips and we're trying to touch all the way through. Maybe we're trying to clean it, although that's not as relaxing, right? We're just trying to touch the ring. Big inhale as we come up. Exhale as we bring that back and down. And let's come one more time. Big, big reach up from here. And then we're just going to reverse the direction. So this is going to feel kind of like swimming. We're going to bring the hand back, lifting high. Exhale as we bring that over the top. Good, 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 good. Big inhale through here. And exhale down. Let's come just two more from here. We're going to let that body rotate. You should notice that in your stance, you're going to feel that a little bit in your calf and through your ankle, especially as we rotate to reach back and coming onto the center. Now, this is the same thing. If it bothers your balance, just keep your eyes to the front if that kind of makes you a little bit dizzy as you're looking side to side. We're going to bring this arm back up. We're going to touch over to the shoulder as we gently bring that shoulder back. And then we're going to open as far back as we can. So you'll really notice this a little bit more through that ankle, through the hip, probably through the torso as well, right? Coming back and reaching from here and rotating and opening that back up as far as we can make that go. And we'll come back again. Exhaling across from here. Nice big inhale as we open up. And let's go just one more time. Crossing from here. And opening up. Beautiful. Coming back into the center from here, let's shift these hips back. Coming back from there, and we're going to take a nice inhale as we reach those arms all the way up overhead. We're coming onto that back toe if we can. And we're going to shift the hips back as we drop those hands back. So we'll lift that front toe up. And as we inhale, we shift, squeeze the glutes, coming onto that toe. We're going to come back and down again. Now, don't feel bad if you don't come all the way up. That's okay. You'll get there, right? Take this within your range of motion and take your time with it. We exhale as we sit back into this. And then we're going to take a nice big inhale as we come back up. Then we're going to step that foot back in and relax. Good, very good. Then we're going to start on to the other side. So let's go ahead and take this leg back right away. And we're going to shift through here. So we'll take this arm and we're going to lift the arm all the way back up and around. Big inhale as we reach through. Make that arm really long. Looking back over that if we can. And back to center here. Big breath in. Exhaling as we come all the way back and down. Now, if you don't feel like that arm is coming up, you can always just reach with the shoulder, right? So you can place the fingertips right onto your shoulder and come back and through and roll from here, right? Just rotating that shoulder through. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to come back and across from here. We're going to reach to that back shoulder. We're going to take an inhale, pull that palm up this time, and rotate, and we're going to reach as far back as we can on this side. Again, just taking a note through your hips, through your midsection, also all the way down on that ankle and your calf, noticing a little bit of a stretch through there, different shift in balance through your foot. So again, we want to make sure we've got those toes down to kind of grip a little bit, right? Just lightly cupping. One of the things that we kind of take for granted. And we're going to go one more time. Nice big exhale here as we come across. And then a gentle inhale as we open up from here. And we're going to take this back into the center. And we're going to shift our weight backwards as we bring those hands back down, drive the hips back. And then a nice big inhale as we come back up onto that toe, lifting and opening up to the front. We exhale. So just connect this with your breath. Shifting back, drive those hips back. It doesn't have to be huge. Nice big inhale as we come up. Exhale again, coming back and down. And a big inhale, reaching up. And let's go just one more time from here. Big reach in. And then we're just going to step that foot back in and relax to center. Let's take a gentle breath and reach up again, all the way from here. And let those hands come back down to our sides. Now we're going to step the feet apart so that we've got just kind of a nice strong stance from here. So we don't want to be like too far apart. We're going to have to be reaching all the way out, but we do want to be firm into the center from here. We're going to start off with the hands on the hips, and we're just going to shift the hip off to one side. And then we're going to shift out to the other side. So you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch on the outside of this hip. I'm going to come back the other direction. And then we'll shift over from here. So on this position, we're going to take the hands, we're going to take it onto the thighs, and we're just going to shift the hips back, and we're going to come parallel to the floor. Then we're going to go ahead and keep it a flat back. We're going to use the back of the legs and the glutes and stand ourselves back up really tall. So squeeze in nice and firm in place. Just think beautiful, beautiful posture. Let's exhale again as we sink this back and down. And then a gentle inhale as we come back up from here. Now we're going to put those two pieces together from here. We're just going to shift those hips around in a big circle from here. So we're coming underneath the shoulders and using the abs to pull this through. We're coming onto the outside. Again, you should feel a little bit of a shift in your feet. Coming to the outside, one foot the inside of the other. Let's reverse direction here. Coming back. And again, we want to use those toes, use all the muscles in the feet to keep our balance so that we can stay centered. And again, if you're having trouble with the balance with the movement, try and keep your gaze just focused on one point. That'll help a lot too. One more time from here. And let's bring that back into the center. All right, so we're going to move down and we're going to work into the hip joint here. We're going to do a little bit different. So as we come into position from here, you can lift one heel up. So you don't necessarily have to just bring in the hip up. So from here, you can just take that leg in and out to start off with, or you can sweep the foot in and out. So you can keep that foot onto the floor. Just a little bit of what feels right to you right now. What we're trying to do is get this bone to roll in the joint so we can warm that up a bit. You can also, and I'm going to exaggerate here, lift the leg back up, but our goal here is to hold the knee right where it's at. So whether it's high or low, doesn't matter one bit. We're just trying to keep it from moving sideways so that we move the lower part of the leg in and out. So thinking kind of like a windshield wiper, not washer. Good. And then we're going to bring that to center. We're going to stir that leg around. So again, hanging on in the center, nice and tall. We don't want to be slumped over here because it's going to make it very difficult to hold our balance. Let's reverse directions from here. So if you need to hang on to a chair, towel, couch, anything you've got right there, but try and make sure that it's something that you don't have to reach for. We want to stand tall. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to flex that foot and we're going to bring this down to the ground, and you can roll the ankle around or you can stay lifted from here and roll in nice big circles from there. So coming around, take your time, a nice breath in and exhale as we round out. Let's reverse directions, coming back the other way. Beautiful. And one more time from there. We're going to go ahead and bring this back in. Kind of shake those hips out again. As we come back into center, we're going to come into the other leg and we're doing exactly the same thing. So we're going to lift from here, lifting that heel off the floor. And again, you can keep the foot on the floor and go side to side, or you can turn that foot in and out. That is totally up to you. If you want to lift this up, we're again going to come for that windshield wiper. You should feel that bone moving in and out into that joint. If you've got a rod instead, you should still feel that, right? We're going to come into center, rotating through here, circle through, and let's reverse that direction from there. Good, good, good. And then we're going to lower that back and down. And again, we can either keep the toe on the floor and roll that ankle around, or we can lift the foot up and roll all the way through. A snap, crackle, and pop on that one. Beautiful. And let's reverse the direction again, focusing, staying tall, working through that position. And then we're going to let this come back and down. Now we're going to begin our work through the center from here. So as we move in from here, we're going to start working on just, again, maintaining really lovely posture. We're going to take this forward to the side and back behind us. And we're going to take this for repetitions of 8. So the keys here are you never have to lift your foot off the ground. If you want to keep it onto the ground, by all means, please do so. If you think you're going to need something for balance or you're just a little bit concerned about that, again, something that you don't have to like reach for. So you can use a wall, right? So just making sure that you're close enough that you can grab a hold of it here without having to lean over to reach for it. So what we're going to do from here is I'm going to come into a slight angle from here. We're going to stand really nice and tall. We've got that nice, lovely posture. We're going to zip up through the center. So think of drawing that belly in and up. We're going to take, I'm going to turn the other way, I'm sorry. We're going to take this leg and we're going to slightly rotate the leg with the ankle towards the ceiling. Now you can bring that foot in and slide it out and bring it in and slide it out, or you can lift and lower. So it is whatever you are comfortable with. We're going to lift this leg up if you want or slide it out. Adding the arms if and when you're ready. Take a nice big inhale, lift that. Now as we go through here, we're looking for length. So make that leg just as long as you can versus coming up really high, right? We're not really looking for that right now. Let's go just a couple more from here. Reach in, exhale down. Nice big reach in and coming down. Now from here, we're going to come out to the side. So let's reach. Same thing. That toe can come into the middle and you can slide that foot out to the side. And again, the arms are always optional, right? So if you're not comfortable with that yet, just get that feel for it. Now, if you like, you can go ahead and lift that off the floor. But what we want to do here is slightly turn that foot in so that we're leading out with the ankle as we come back. You're going to feel that a little bit more on the outside of that hip, whether you're sliding or you're lifting, doesn't matter. And I'm running my mouth, so I'm not counting like I'm probably supposed to. I believe we have 2 left. Coming out from here. And let's go one more time. Beautiful. And let that sit back down. So we want to try not to make fast, jerky movements through here. We want to try and make that a nice, slow, easy move that we're going to bring back with our breath. So now this time we're going to take the foot behind us. So as we come from here, again, you can slide that foot back or you can lift. What we're trying to avoid on this part is shifting the hips back from here. So we're kind of having this hang time because that puts a lot of stress on our low back. So we're not looking to come way over from here. We're just looking to lift so we can get that strength through the back as well. We're going to bring the arms to the front. So this is similar to doing your Superman when you're on the ground. You also can lift the arms up if you prefer, just wherever you're comfortable with that. So from here, let's go ahead and we're going to start. We're going to reach that back and coming to center. So on this one, we actually are trying to go straight back. And we exhale as we pull that back in. Nice breath in. Let that back and down. Let's go 4 more. Just focusing on the breath, remaining zipped up through the center. And again, you can make this bigger if you wish. Long reach, but we're again trying not to make that bigger, tipping us forward, right? And let's relax that down. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to keep this leg straight. We're going to bend this leg and we're going to shift so that we can kind of get a little bit of a stretch on the outside of this hip. Now, sometimes that standing leg gets some pretty good work. If that's too stiff, just give it a little bit of a pat. Shift your hips back into that. And then we'll go ahead and stand back up. We're going to work the other leg. So getting prepared for that. So again, kind of thinking about zipping up the pants here, draw that belly in and out. We're going to take this leg forward from here, slightly rotate that leg. So again, that can be an in and out, extension through there, or it can be lift. We're going to take the hands back if you're going to use hands, or you can always, of course, just keep the hands on the hips until you're ready to add anything to that. Nice big inhale. Exhale as release that down. Gentle stretch from here. And again, remember, we're looking for length. Let's go 4 more. Good, good. 3. Just a couple more to go. And our last one there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and again take that out to the side. And once again, you can slightly just sit that out to the side, keeping it on the ground. Again, kind of turning that foot in just a little bit and leading out with the ankle, or you can lift it. Again, coming out nice and gentle from there. Relax back into the center. And a gentle breath coming up. Sometimes you got to reset, right? Let's go 4 more here. Nice. There's 3. Let's go just 2 more. And our last one right here. And exhaling down with that. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that leg straight back. So again, we can just slide that foot, bringing that back and in. So again, this is one of the reasons why it's a little easier to do it either sock-footed or barefoot, right? Your foot kind of sticks if you're wearing shoes on this. Back into the top and lift. Now again, if you wish to make that a little bit bigger, this is again, just kind of like doing the Supermans when we lay down on the floor, which probably most of us are familiar with. That's a pretty standard exercise. Let's go 2 more here. And our last one. And we're going to bring that back down from here. And then we are going to go ahead and we're going to keep this leg long, bend this knee on this side and shifting back into that. And again, if that's pretty tight, just give it a little pat. Let that loosen us up a little bit. We'll be doing a little bit more of that as we move forward through all of this. And then let's take a gentle breath and reach this up. All right, so let's exhale down. So let's keep the feet on the ground this time, but we're still going to work on some weight shifting. We're going to take the feet a little bit farther than shoulder width apart, and we're just going to start off with just an easy shift side to side. So we're not emptying out the foot. We're just shifting the weight a little more to one side than we are the other. Again, you can do that by bending your knee, right? So we don't need to be stiff. We want to be soft and fluid as we move through here. But we still want to maintain that nice tall posture. Keeping the eyes up. So in other words, we don't want to be looking at our feet, right? Now from here, we're just going to make this a little bit bigger. We're just going to push side to side, just like we've got a big wave, big wall, something here that we're pushing back and forth, right? Coming back off the other direction. And let's go one more time from here. And then we're going to bring this back into just the center. We'll let the hands come back in front of us from here, and we're going to shift forward and back. So this is very small. So in this position, we're just going to come forward, kind of onto those toes, and back from here. So we're keeping our feet on the floor. We're just kind of blowing in the wind, right? Sometimes that's okay, and sometimes it feels a little bit weird. But that's why we want to have that nice center of gravity here. So we want to know where we are in space as we shift that forward and shifting back. Now then we're going to start off with just a little circle. So again, knowing where we are in space here, we're just going to let the body, again, kind of blow in the wind, right? Circle through. Let's go one more time this direction, and then we're just going to reverse. Let's go back the other way. Back from here and through. So again, using those feet, using that core, using the breath, right? Let's go one more time. Good, good. And relax. The wind is settled. All right, now from here, we're going to take a T stance and we're just going to step the feet out. So we're going to do that one time on each side. And then we're going to add some hands with it. We're going to stay on one side. So we're going to come back into center. We're going to shift our weight onto the back foot from here. We're going to draw this leg back in with the heel up, the toe down. We're going to lift that up, or we're going to slide it out, and we're going to step down, heel toe. We're going to shift that weight forward, shift that weight back, and shift that weight forward and shift back and stand back together from here. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's draw that heel back up. Let's step this back out, heel and toes, how it's going to land. We're going to shift forward and we're going to shift back. So notice that I'm not like reaching way down for anything, but from here, I'm just shifting, coming back and just pushing off just enough to get my balance. So that push off sometimes is a big deal, right? We want to make sure that we push off enough to get back to where we want to be, but not enough to knock ourselves off balance. So now we're just going to add a little bit with the hands, and we're going to stay on this side. So I'm going to draw that leg back in from here. I'm going to pull my hands back, and I'm going to lift that foot up. I'm going to sit this down. I'm going to push. So I'm just going to push and I'm going to pull back. Pulling back from here, nice and easy, just like I hooked something with my fingers, and we're going to push it back away. And as I do that, I shift my weight forward. And again, I'm coming back, but I'm grounded, nice and easy from here. Forward again. And let's come back. Let's go just one more time from here. Gentle push. And as I come back from here, I'm going to bring that foot back in, and I'm going to begin that shift side to side again. So we're going to push and push back over here as well. So again, just kind of a big circle around as we come through. Now this time as I bring my arms back, I'm going to go ahead and pull the other leg back in to that T stance from here. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to land it heel toe, and we're going to push and pull on this side. So drawing back from here, pull that toe back up, and we shift back. So take your time with this, just get kind of a feel for it. Move through the breath. Exhale as we push. Nice big inhale as we pull this back, and let's go just one more time. I'm going to press that out, and then I'm going to bring this back in nice and easy, but we're going to take it about hip distance apart. And again, we're just going to shift. We're going to make this a little smaller for right now, side to side. And then coming back into the middle from here, we're going to let those hands shift, just directly side to side from here. And then we're going to circle these up and through, all the way up overhead. And when it exhales, this comes back and down, sinking through. So we come down into the legs, we lift back up as we reach high, sinking back and down into those legs. Reach up from here. We're going to take this just one more time, and we're going to reverse the direction. So this time, let's shift to this side. Big inhale up. Exhale as it comes back down. We're going to do two more like that. Big breath up. And one more time right here. Big inhale. We're going to let the hands come back into center from here. Let's take a breath up. Pull those hands up. We're going to exhale as we relax down. Let those hands come off to the sides. Nice breath gathers the air. Big breath in. We exhale. Press that all back out. Sink into the legs. Let's go one more time from here. Draw that breath in. Exhale down. We're done. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had some fun with that. And that was our work for this week. Thanks a bunch. Look,